G'day mates, how you going? Let's talk about social media here today. And what social media apps do you use? Yeah, what social media apps do you like? How much time actually do you spend on social media every day? Do you actually access social media every day? Yeah. And is using social media good or bad for us? What is your opinion about using social media actually in today's date? Well, I don't know if you know that one, but the first social media website was created like in 1997. That was a long time ago, yeah, and it was called like 6 Degrees, and it was basically as we have social media today, where people make a profile and they connect with their friends. And although it was a good idea, it wasn't the right timing actually, because you know that time not a lot of people had access or even used the internet. So it shut down in the year of 2000. But then just a few years later, yeah, all the social media was network appeared. And after the year of 2000, yeah, more people had access to internet. So it was much easier to get people communicating using apps, yeah, using communicating through social media. And social media is amazing because social media is a way to communicate with people, yeah, in different ways and in a quicker way. Yeah, and even people for example, can share music. Yeah, for example, MySpace. Yeah, or even write blogs. Yeah, so people can write blogs, post photos. Yeah, to share about their day, things they are doing, activities, even to encourage other people. Yeah, not so people would compare with each other, but the idea is that people would share what they have been doing in their lives as a way of self motivation, because it's good to show people that we have been achieving things, yeah, because we work hard for us, but also we work hard to show people that we are actually achieving things that we have been doing. To be honest, human beings like when other people are seeing that they are doing well in life. Now, the average person spends more than 2 hours every day on apps, on social media apps like Instagram, TikTok, X, yeah, or even YouTube. And around 70% of these people are active social media users. Now, social media isn't only for socializing anymore, like it used to be. Influencers nowadays make money with social media. Yeah, so of course we are sharing our knowledge. Yeah, we are teaching people a lot of things. Yeah, so as we plant a seed into people's lives, we have to have a return from that. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You are making videos every day and you are sharing people for free with some content that you have dedicated many hours of your time and even money of your hours of your life, yeah, of your time, and even money to improve as a person and as a professional. So it is important that we are paid for that as well. Yeah. Of course, in the beginning, it isn't easy, so we got to work hard to have that achieved, and you start making money with that. And some businesses use social media also to sell services, to do their marketing. Yeah. Politicians, they use social media if they are not censored in some countries. Some politicians use social media to win their elections, yeah, to attract more people who are going to vote for him. Even during political or even environmental disasters, social media can be very helpful to find and share important information so people can be rescued in a quicker fashion. As social media use goes up, so do problems, right? Because as people use more social media and they compare more with other people and stuff, there is more stress. There's poor sleep because a lot of people use social media while in bed waiting to go to sleep. They use social media and they sleep late or they sleep very badly, anxious, yeah, and that also causes low self-esteem, because if you are not sleeping well, if you are not exercising, if you are not focusing and just comparing your life with other people's lives, you will suffer from low self-esteem. The bigger number of victims here, it comes from the young people. There's a study by the American Medical Association from 2025 this year that found that using social media can even hurt children's memory and reading skills. So you must control. If you say, it isn't impossible, but if you say it is impossible to prevent your children from using social media on a daily basis, at least control its usage to a certain amount of time each and every day. Don't let your child use the social media for a long period of time every single day. Give toys to your children. Before, in my time when I was a kid, internet didn't exist, and I would play with toys. I would play with other kids. I wouldn't play with social media. Of course, despite all these dangers, I believe a big number of people use social media as their main source of news, entertainment, and even social connection. So yes, a lot of people stay up to date. Even the journalists, the reporters, the companies, they share news. They share their news through social media because people see the news nowadays through social media. Of course, we gotta be careful with fake news, but so check different types of news. Listen to different opinions. This is extremely important, so you have a broader view of the situation and you try to understand and gather the facts to understand which is actually the real information or the fake news. Even coming from reliable sources, a lot of times reliable sources, they are not actually reliable, because they are defending one side rather than the other side. So you gotta be very open-minded and try to understand the different opinions of people in all kinds of topics. Now, love it or hate it, social media is and has become an important part of our everyday lives. We have to use social media. I'm using social media here to share this content with you, so I get you guys educated on social media and other topics. Do you believe that you are what you share? Well, I do believe that. That's why what I share is I like to share content of education. I have a channel here where I share about education, so I educate you on various topics, social media, weather, politics, economy. I will share businesses. I will share about a lot of topics that could educate you in various topics, in several different topics. I have channels exercising. I share about exercise. I love exercising, so I teach you how to posture yourself, how to do an exercise that will keep you healthy and focused. I have channels teaching English, where I teach you lessons about English, so you guys who already speak English or who do not speak English at all can learn with me from what I teach. I teach from basic to advanced lessons in my social media as well. And I also have channels where I share my daily life, so for some entertainment. So I share a little bit of everything, but pretty much all healthy content. Content that is important, that you see and you understand, things that you can do with your life and your family's life. Oh, and I also have a channel where I play games. I love playing games, so sure, I play video game. I have some good fun with that, and I share doing that as well. So the social media is important for sharing knowledge and wisdom with others. Of course, some people are fake. They are not what they share. I believe you are what you share to some degree, because some people are not what they share. They just share in a certain way just to get viewers and money. But in real life, people are not what they share exactly. So again, other fake news, you gotta be careful with that. Now, I do have some comments and some questions and some comments here on social media. Now, what would you say, why do people care so much about their online profile? Is it because they care of what other people think of them? Or maybe even what they think other people think of them? How can social media affect one's self-esteem? Yeah, can your self-esteem be affected? Can you have a higher or a lower self-esteem because you are using social media? Perhaps if you use social media wisely, if you see contents that are motivational or people that have been achieving things, but you see that not with an envious view, but with a view of someone who wants to learn from it and take an action, would that increase or lower your self-esteem and bring it to a higher self-esteem where you would be happier and more focused and more dedicated to more committed to achieve your goals? Now, on the other hand, if you are comparing too much and always thinking that your neighbor's grass is always greener, would you say that this is affecting your self-esteem, making it much lower than it should be, and even making people very sad and depressed? How can you turn things around in that case, in that scenario? What are the greatest benefits of social media? And what are the greatest risks? Yeah. What are the benefits, such as maybe like being up to date with the news and learning new things each and every day and getting motivated, and also teaching people as you post content yourself? Yeah, and maybe greatest risks like comparing yourself with others, seeing a lot of fake news, fake lives, and thinking that people live better than what you are living without being grateful to your life today. So, what are the risks? What are the benefits? How can we turn the risks into benefits and avoid turning the benefits into risks? How can we do that? How can we balance that? How can we manage or handle that kind of situation? How is AI, artificial intelligence, changing social media, how we use or how we see social media? And what kinds of other changes do you see that we can use in the future? Yeah, the social media will be used for in the future with AI. I see, for instance, sometimes good news with AI, but I see a lot of memes or a lot of, okay, there are memes, but I see a lot of, with good information actually, but there is a lot of fake news or a lot of AI that you're using people's faces and people's voices, literally spoofing, yeah, the voice of people, which a lot of people believe. Yeah, a bunch of people believe that these videos are real, but they are not real. Even videos with accidents, terrible accidents that never really took place, that never really happened, and accidents that never occurred, and people are creating videos like that just to get views and make money on the internet. This is, in my opinion, a terrible use of AI. Yeah, so AI can change social media for the better or for the worse, unfortunately. So you really have to filter. And some videos are so well made that it's really hard to differ what's real and what's not real. So you gotta pay real close attention. And I believe that in the future, it will be even harder to distinguish what is real and what isn't real. Now, perhaps just to wrap it up, yeah, how does online communication compare to face-to-face communication, to in-person communication? Do you feel any differences? Is it the same calling your family on video call, like maybe FaceTime or something, and talk to those people online, and talking to them in person? Is it the same or is it different? How different is it talking to people online and talking to people in person? Do you like shaking hands with people? Do you like hugging people? Would you feel like or even if you don't touch people, do you feel like being there in person changes the way you relate? You have the way you relate with people? Well, a little thought on social media and the effects of it. Share your thoughts with me in the comments and stay educated. Thanks for watching.